Welcome back, Spacers. This is episode number 10 of The Whole Truth for the week of 25 November 2013, the show where the 3 laws of robotics no longer apply. Moving on with the RobertSpaceIndustries.com recap. Sales. We've got sales. Because of all the sales going on this week and over the weekend, the crowdfunding numbers have soared into the stratosphere. We hit 28, 29, and 30 million since the last episode. That is crazy. So here's a quick rundown of everything we unlocked. At 28 million, we unlocked a new starter ship called the Mustang. This included a statement from CIG that they're going to start making a new set of ships, one from each manufacturer, starting with the Origin 890 Jump. We'll get into that ship in a minute. At 29 million, we unlocked the enhanced mission design for Squadron 42. Extra funding will go towards making Squadron 42 a full game in and of itself into a true spiritual successor to Wing Commander. With this unlock, we got a new video called Inside Cloud Imperium Games Foundry 42. Chris and his brother Aaron describe some of the details about what they're doing in relation to Squadron 42. A lot of people forget that Squadron 42 is a full game and it's worthy of a typical $60 video game price, but it's included with the Persistent Universe price that you pay when you buy a ship and an account for Star Citizen. That's pretty amazing. It's an amazing deal. In this letter from the chairman, we're promised the RSI Orion mining platform. RSI is letting individuals take over a process formerly controlled by megacorporations. This is basically a mining ship with cargo holds, tractor beams, and all those kind of goodies. You can check that out on the website. There's no pictures or anything yet, so use your imagination. At $30 million, we unlocked the aforementioned Origin 890 Jump. This is an interstellar super yacht in the typical high-class Origin style. It features multiple decks, high visibility windows, and a small boat bay. In this letter from the chairman, we're informed that the salvage ship won the vote, and so our $32 million unlock will be the Aegis Surveyor. This is an industrial quality salvage ship equipped with reinforced cargo bay, long-range jump drive, and launch pods for unmanned drones. It's an ideal ship for deep space salvaging. It also includes tractor beams, floodlights, scanner options, and docking ports, and aims at being a very utilitarian spacecraft. So I can't wait to see what that looks like. It's going to be awesome. Salvage sounds amazing. It was an overwhelming winner on the votes. If you guys want to get in on the vote for what the $33 million unlock is going to be, you can head over to the website on the $30 million letter from the chairman and cast your votes. I personally voted for the smuggling ship. I know a lot of people are saying you don't need a specific ship for smuggling, but I think we do. This week we got a new in-character post called Congress Now, Autoscripts Archive. This is a look at a meeting of Congress within the game world setting. The meeting basically covers an initiative to eliminate Gold Horizon stations, originally synonymous with human expansion. The problem is that these old, now dilapidated Gold Horizon stations have become infected with a criminal element since the company has sort of fallen apart and run out of money. Gold Horizon stations are now war zones where armed thugs battle on a daily basis. The main issue is whether or not to try and evacuate all the citizens first or not. You can really learn a lot about the game world by reading these flavor stories that are posted. There's a whole bunch of awesome ones on here. Maybe one day we'll do a video where we just outline all of them for you guys and give you a brief definition so you can go and check out the ones you want. So this week's lore builder is about Sata Ball and criminals. This week we're voting on the Sata Ball format. One example is a hexagon field with 2 teams battling it out in a handball style game with segmented barriers. There's a whole bunch of other types to vote on, so go pick your favorite. The second part this week is criminals, pirates, and syndicates. CIG is asking the community for write-ups on small-scale criminal organizations. Descriptions should be kept to a single paragraph. If you want to take part in the lore building for the final game world, this is your chance to do so. So get over there and share your opinions and stories. Never have I ever seen a dev company do something like this, so let's take advantage of it and show CIG our appreciation by supporting this by voting. Alright, moving on with an update on the anniversary sale, just to keep everyone apprised of the situation. By the time you guys see this video, the weekend portion of the sale is going to be over and we'll be staring down the bridge of the MISC Starfarer. The Starfarer is available with LTI today only. That's Monday, November the 25th. Today is officially the last day of the normal anniversary sale, and tomorrow, the 26th, is when the live stream is going to happen, along with Idris P's going up for sale in limited quantities at different portions of the day. We're also going to get access to some new ships we've never seen before and say goodbye to LTI forever. So prepare your poor wallets, friends. Tomorrow's D-Day. And now it's time for the Wingman's Hangar recap. First of all, I've received a lot of questions asking me why Wingman's Hangar is getting shorter and shorter. And from what I've been able to dig up, it looks like they're creating a second show that's going to be based out of LA, and it's going to have Chris in it. at least from what it looks like. And that's not guaranteed. No one's actually said that specifically that I know of. But Sandy Gardner's Facebook page has a lot of pictures on it of them shooting stuff for the new show. And now we're going to have 2 different shows, and that's going to split up resources to some extent. So I think that's why Wingman's Hangar is getting a little shorter. But I do expect Wingman's Hangar to just keep getting better and better. They've really cleaned up their format since the beginning, and the production value has gone way up as they've gotten more people and more time to handle it. So I'm looking forward to that. Also this week, Eric let us know that they have big things coming for the Hangar module, including PBR, which is physical-based rendering. He said that could cause some delays when Hangar updates come out, but we should be seeing some stuff pretty soon. Now let's get on with the forum feedback recap. Can we get some better clarification on what exactly the F7A Hornet upgrade is? There's been a lot of confusion about this on the forums. Ben clears it up. It changes the shape of the hull so it looks like the military Hornet. It doesn't give you the specifications of the military Hornet. You don't get an extra gun hardpoint. It doesn't give you a bigger engine, but it looks like a military Hornet. It's going to have some impact on the physics of the ship in the game, where the thrusters are placed, and maneuverability. Will you guys be running around the Comic-Con this weekend in your area? Eric and Rob both say they're not going to be there, but Ben said he is going to be there, and if you can find him, he might have a little surprise for you. What happens to the players and NPCs in the turret of a ship if the turret gets destroyed? Rob responds by saying, look at Death of a Spaceman. It's a really good post that explains how our death mechanic works. If you're in a turret that gets blown up, you get blown up. I'm going to put a link to Death of a Spaceman down below, just like everything we do every week. Make sure you read it. It's a really excellent read, and it really does explain how the death mechanic in Star Citizen is intended to work. When a bomber ship launches a torpedo on a capital ship, will it always strike, or can the target ship fire countermeasures or shoot down the incoming missile? Rob answers and says, we have several countermeasures, including the stuff you mentioned. We also have chaff and flares, and you can shoot down torpedoes. Could you tell us a little about the health system when we're in the FPS mode? Rob says, you won't have a little bar that counts down. You will have some sort of display in your helmet if you have a helmet on. Otherwise, you'll have to use your mobiGlas to check your health status. You can have limbs damage and become useless. Basically, they want it to be really hardcore. Will there be NPC-run organizations and guilds that players can join as opposed to the player-run guilds? Ben says yes, absolutely. If you remember Privateer, there was a Merchants Guild and a Mercenary Guild, and they offer certain benefits. So something like that. I was wondering if asteroid belts will be full orbital rings like ours is between Mars and Jupiter, or will it be just clusters of rocks? Rob says, maybe some from column A and some from column B. It just depends on how many we lay down. There's definitely going to be small clusters here and there, but I'm thinking we'll try and do some rings. Will we be able to purchase the asteroid hangar separately like we can with the business and deluxe hangars? Ben says yes. When will Rob cut his hair? Rob answered, and he's answered this before, he's going to let it grow until it's at least 12 inches long, and he's going to cut it off for Locks of Love. Locks of Love is a charity organization for kids that have cancer. So they make wigs out of that hair and stuff, and I think that's an awesome thing to do, Rob. So good luck. The hangar module is like a garage. The ships are there, but I can't feel at home there. Are there plans to make it habitable, perhaps with a living room where I can follow the news in the universe, sit in a chair and look at my medals, etc.? Ben says, yes, we want the hangar module to be your home. We're going to be adding all sorts of cool stuff in the future to customize it, personalize it, make it your place. We want to know what you think, so go to the forums and tell us what would help you make that hangar more at home. Ben also interjects some stuff about they've got some stuff coming along. We're going to be able to move things around and position things the way you want and just really set it up the way you want and customize it. They've talked about that many times in the past, so we know that's coming at some point. What I want to know is, can you come in contact with non-human obstacles and threats while boarding derelict ships? Ben says, there's a chance of anything happening in a derelict ship. I don't want to give away all the surprises, but something made those ships derelict in the first place. Ooh, that's creepy. Why don't you have a phonetic field in our profile so you can easily pronounce strange names on the show? Eric says, I think that's a good idea, and Rob says, many citizens have taken to putting pronunciation guides in their question, which is an excellent thing to do. What kind of immersion can I expect when landing on planets? Will I be put into a traffic pattern? Will I meet people on the maglev? Will I see different characters that might have something to do with the storyline built into the Star Citizen universe in the future? Or is it just going to be this empty place where it's just me and the other person I'm talking to? Rob says, we want planets to feel very alive, so there are ships flying around. You will see other characters walking around doing whatever they do during the day. During this portion, Ben interjected that last week's MVP that went to Star Citizen's anonymous thread brought up the realization that Batgirl, who asked this question, also runs a Star Citizens video and thread within the subscribers forum and on her website. She's been doing this religiously now for quite a long time, and Ben and the team awarded her an MVP this week during the forum feedback portion. So I'm going to put links to her stuff, her YouTube down below. I'm not going to put a link to her subscribers only thread because it's for subscribers only. If you're a subscriber, you can go over to the subscribers only forum and find it very easily. But she's been doing that for a while. It's got a lot of posts. Thanks, Batgirl, for your contribution to the community. Will shields get activated if you bump into things, like in most other games? I imagine it could give away the stealthy pilot. Rob says it sounds like you shouldn't be bumping into things then because, yes, it will activate your shields. Has there been any discussion on adding an integrated video recording feature that allows replays from any perspective or angle? So this is like an in-game movie making thing that he's asking about. There's a lot of games that do this now. Eric says we don't really have that system in place and can't really answer that yet. Moving on to this week's most valuable post. This week's most valuable post on Wingman's Hangar is from the man himself, Chris Roberts, for his post Star Citizen, PC, PS4, and console. Chris clarified the intent of the game in relation to these platforms, as well as debunking the crazy PS4 rumors that were spreading like wildfire. On top of that, it's an excellent read and everyone should have a look at this post. Also this week, Eric interviews graphics programmer Josh Alway. One notable thing is that Josh is partially responsible for the shield effects that I see people posting and talking about so much on Reddit. There was no corresponding post this week on the website for that interview, but if you want to check it out on Wingman's Hangar specifically, it starts around 17 minutes and 15 seconds. Also, one quick note, no Wingman's Hangar this week because of Thanksgiving in the United States, and also Eric had surgery. We wish you a quick recovery, Wingman. Get better soon. Now it's time for other news. In other news this week, Black Friday is quickly approaching in the US. It looks like you might be able to grab up a 250 gigabyte PlayStation 3, including The Last of Us and Batman Arkham Origins for only $199. I know that the PS4 is out now, but the PS3 is still a great Blu-ray device and has a lot of games on it that I believe makes it worth owning for that price. I played through The Last of Us this year and absolutely love the game. What an amazing experience it was, and that's what gaming is all about for me, the overall experience. Don't let yourself get bogged down with too much criticizing of the small stuff. Just pick up a game like The Last of Us, kick back and enjoy the ride. Also be careful out there on Black Friday, people can get a little nuts. Also on other news, if you like 4X strategy games, this might be something for you. Proxy Studios put out a YouTube video about a game called Pandora First Contact. They claim that it's a science fiction 4X turn-based strategy game on a planetary scale, a spiritual successor to Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. It is released now and you can purchase it on their site for $29.99 for the download version. I picked it up, I haven't played it yet, and I'm going to check it out this week. If you want to wait and hear what I have to say about it before dropping the cash on it, I'll post a little video next week and give you guys a short review and let you know if it's gold or garbage. Moving on to the r/Star Citizen post of the week. This week, the post of the week has to go to Militaris. I previously was calling him Ivilitaris because the IVI at the beginning of it, and then the Ilitaris, I think that's supposed to be an M. So once again, Militaris brought us the ship buying guide in PDF format, and now he's brought us something new. It's called the Big Star Citizen Admirer's Manual, or Big Scam for short. It's a 100+ page, 22,000 word guide to everything Star Citizen. Once again, Militaris, thank you for your amazing contribution to the community. I can see this thing eventually becoming like a Star Citizen Bible made by the fans only. What a tremendous amount of effort you put into making it. Thank you so much. That brings us to a close. Once again, thank you everyone for the support and all the kind words and messages that I've received. We're going to keep on working as hard as we can to put out quality content for you guys and gals that make up this amazing community. Remember, hokey religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster at your side. See you all next week on The Whole Truth.